Hello, good afternoon. I wanted to show you my garden. I apologize because the sound's probably going to be pretty bad. There's a busy road on the other side of my fence. I started gardening a few years ago mainly because I thought it would help me lose weight in the sense that I would be able to eat more produce, um, that I would have healthier vegetables. It's been a struggle gardening. I've had to learn a lot, but I've come to really enjoy it. Right now, it's getting colder, so a lot of the things are starting to die off. The things that I'm really excited about, I found that I eat a lot of kale now. See, one of my kale plants. Uh, they can grow pretty much year round. And it's nice, like I've got some holy basil. It's nice to have things that you can run out here and pick when in the middle when you're cooking. Let me see, I've got some tomatoes growing right there. They're probably going to be the last of the season if they don't freeze. It's supposed to get below 30 tomorrow. And yeah, I'm going to do some cutting so I can root them and do some cloning and save these particular tomato plants because they've lasted all year. Plus, if I root them and overwinter them, it'll give me a head start on tomato production for the spring. There's another kale plant. And this is one I'm really excited about, this bed here. The kale's just doing really well. See, and I find that kale that you grow yourself tastes better. It's very tender and has a sweeter flavor to me. Anyway, there's my backyard garden. And I'm going to take you to the side. I have a garden on the side. Here's my Malabar spinach that's taking over. Next year, I have a plan to have more structure for the Malabar spinach so it has a place to grow higher. What I put in there, if you can see it, it got so heavy it fell over. So anyway, here we go. Let's go through the back. And sorry, the garden's not its prettiest now. Like I said, a lot of the stuff is dying, and because the temperature has dropped. So here's the side garden. I think I'm going to add more roses next year. I'm trying to focus this area for the pollinators because it's hard to have good tomatoes if you don't have a lot of pollinators. And there's a lot of things that do need help to grow, such as squash, zucchinis, a lot of things that aren't self-pollinating. So here's my rose bush. I'm really happy. And this bed, I've let it go just because I'm going to treat it this before the spring. I'm going to put cardboard down and kill all the weeds. I'm going to have to do it. I planted raspberries in here, so I'm going to have to stake them up, do all the weeding. And if you see the stuff growing along the back, that's spinach. That's a Malabar spinach. Malabar spinach is one of my favorite things. As far as cooking with it, it's best as a stir fry. I find it really good in eggs, fettuccine alfredo, soups. Yeah, I'll just come out, like every time I have breakfast, I'll come out and get a handful of my spinach to eat with it. It's really good. And the thing I love about this is that it will reseed itself. Like there's thousands of seed. You see the little Let me get closer. The little pink flowers, that's where the seeds are going to be. And there's thousands of seeds in back there. So next spring, I'll have to pull a lot of the little plant startings out, so it won't be too much. But anyway, and here's my butterfly plant. I've gotten that pretty well established. And there's my little house for my bees, and I call this my hobbit ladder. We made those I tried to do gardening sustainably. We trimmed and pruned a bunch of crepe myrtles, and the wood from them is very, very hard. So we're able to make a couple of little, what I call hobbit ladders for the garden. And here's more Malabar spinach. It's taking over. And the rest of it is just, I've kind of let it go since the temperature has changed. And I'm going to start pulling stuff out, saving seeds. I've been saving seed already. Here's my cannon lilies. I like this right here because it gives me some privacy from the road. And so I can like sit here. Oh, forgot to show you my bench. There's my little place where I can sit and have some quiet time. One of the reasons why I started gardening is I wanted to try just to have a more healthy lifestyle. After 60, I just want to be mindful of taking care of me, taking care of my health. And I felt that gardening was one of the ways I could do it. It gets me out here early in the morning. It's a good way to start my day. And here I've got more holy basil. I love having things that I can use medicinally. Holy basil is a very healthy tea. I use that quite often. I also have quite a bit of lemon balm, but it was in the backyard. I didn't make my way on that side. Anyway, I try to. I think I'm going to change my strategy. I've been letting a lot of the clover grow in my garden, and a lot of what people would consider weeds, like dandelions, because dandelions are very healthy, and what's called cat purse, which is right back here. It kind of looks like a dandelion, but I think I'm going to move more because it's just gotten too much. It's taking over. I like these ground covers. These a lot of people would consider weeds. I don't like having exposed ground in my garden. I don't like here's some more clover. I don't like having exposed dirt because the good soil runs away. When it rains, it washes out. So I like to have these things that are native to the area grow because they don't need as much water. And I think it's just healthy for the environment. When I started, I hardly... Oh, let me go back to the backyard. That is Tinkerbell, our neighbor's dog. She's a cutie. Let me show you. There's Tinkerbell. Say hi, Tinkerbell. Okay, go home, sweetie. Anyway, my dogs. This is Medusa and Theron. They don't like it when Tinkerbell shows up. Anyway, I'm trying to... I lost my track. I'm trying to do gardening in a natural way, but I think I need to find the right balance. I've kind of gotten to the point where I've let things get too out of control. So I will be pulling a lot of this out, putting cardboard down, especially in the beds to keep a lot of the weeds out. There's certain places I'll still let it grow. Oh, I know what I was going to add. The pollinators. When I first started gardening, I didn't see any bees, I didn't see any butterflies, hardly saw any caterpillars. Now I have an abundance. So as far as like healthy worms in the soil, I see a lot. So I've done a good job of improving the soil where I'm at, and increasing the environment in my little, I don't know how big of a space that I have, but I can do a lot with it. So but I've improved the environment here, and I see a lot of improvement. So now I want to make it look pretty. Okay, but you guys have a blessed day, and thank you for watching. I'll see you again next time.